Hello, and thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. Today I wanted to talk to you about SSDI and 100%, ideally, right? 100% rated veterans, whether it's TDIU, which is most common, the idea, or just 100% in general, or a high rating in general. So often what we do is we think as veterans, well, hey, if I have a high rating with the VA, 80%, 90%, 100%, TDIU, these are all based on disabilities that I have. So therefore, I should easily qualify for SSDI. And that's not the case. It's not easy, and it's not a mirrored image, meaning that the VA doesn't look at SSDI conditions the same way they look at their own, and vice versa, right? SSDI doesn't look at what their definitions are and match this with VA. Two separate government agencies with their own crazy rules. Do I think that there should be some changes and make this process an easier process to deal with? Of course I do. But that's not what we're working with today. So it's important to understand that you're working with two different entities and their rules are different. So the bottom line is yes, you can collect both your service-connected compensation and SSDI. You also need to be aware that they do have the ability to review each other's records, from my understanding. So, what you say over here could be used over here and vice versa. So important to think about. It's also important to know that there's no income limit. There's no income limit for you when it comes to SSDI. They don't care if you have $100,000 coming in per year from somewhere else, right? Not work. But maybe it's some sort of retirement or investment that you have somewhere that's paying you out. They don't care about the income limit. Okay, a 100% rating with the VA does not guarantee you SSDI. You're gonna have to put the work in, just like you had to put the work in to get your 100% with the VA. You're gonna have to put work in if you believe that you qualify for SSDI. Now, what the 100% rating will do for you is it will expedite the process with SSDI, or the Social Security Administration. It will expedite that process. And almost more importantly, it also expedites the process with the appeal avenue or tracks within the Social Security Administration as well. So instead of waiting months and months and months and months, it might take weeks through the appeal process. And similar to the VA, if you throw something at the VA for a claim and you feel as though that should be awarded to you, you would want to appeal that. So you'd want to do that with SSDI as well. Now, the important piece here to understand with the Social Security Administration with SSDI is that there's a couple things. One, you have to have 40 work credits that you've earned, and half of those, 20 work credits, so a cumulative of at least 40, which isn't too hard to hit. But here's the little kind of kicker. You have to have earned half of those, or more than half of those work credits within the last 10 years. So for example, if you are Joe or Jane veteran and you stopped working at 50 years old, and you were getting 100% rating from the VA, and now you're 61, 11 years now have passed, and you have not worked, that means that you did not earn half of those within the last 10 years because you didn't work for 11 years, so you've earned zero. So that's an automatic disqualifier from my understanding. Is if you have not received at least a minimum of half of the 40 work credits, if you have not earned more than half of those within the last 10 years. So that's one piece you have to watch out for. The other piece that you have to watch out for is what the Social Security Administration is looking at as far as your disability. Now, one of the things that they are looking at is, and probably one of the most important things is, your disability, right? Has it changed your ability to work in that specific job? So now you cannot work in that job field anymore. That's really kind of what they're looking at. So let's say that you were a house painter, right? and you lost your right hand. Now you can't paint houses anymore. You could file for Social Security disability due to missing the hand, and now that's now caused you to not be able to work that job anymore, your line of work. That's the type of stuff that they're looking for, okay? They're not looking for, I don't want to work anymore. I'm currently working in the field I've always worked in. Let's just say you're a truck driver. I'm a truck driver. I've been a truck driver for the last 30 years, and now I just got rated at 100%, and now I don't want to work anymore, and SSDI is a way that I could not work anymore. If I received that plus my 100%, I'd be good to go. You're working now as a truck driver. Just because you don't want to work is not going to qualify you for SSDI. You need to show that that a disability has now gotten so bad you cannot work. Now, there's some leverage you can use from TDIU because TDIU kind of has that same flavor, okay? The idea that my service-connected conditions have gotten so bad, I cannot hold a job anymore, right? So now I'm not working. TDIU will reach out to your past employer, have a conversation with them, and maybe that caused you the inability to work. Now, you might be able to use some of that information in conjunction with your SSDI application. But remember, you simply can't just, I don't feel like working anymore. I'm at 100% disabled with the VA, and that should be good enough. And I'm still working today because I have to work, but I can't stop my job because I don't have SSDI. If I got SSDI, I would quit my job, right? That's not how they're going to look at it. So very, very important. Now, once you package up your application for SSDI and you submit that to the Social Security Administration with proof of your disabled veteran status, then what again will happen? The process will get expedited. That will allow a quicker time frame, and you have your 40 work credits. You have earned at least 20 of those in the last 10 years. That part's important. And you are no longer working in the field that you used to work in because of X condition or conditions that are not seen to get any better, right? At least for a long amount of time. And you file that. If it gets denied, okay, take a step back. Now you need to file that appeal. And the appeal will also move faster as well. And there's a lot of attorneys out there, Social Security attorneys, that you can also turn to if needed. So with that, I'll go ahead and cut it there. But the two big tips really is making sure that you do have the minimum of 20 work credits earned in the last 10 years, and your condition has now prevented you from working in a field that you have experience in, that you worked in, right? So you can't be working in it currently, at least to have an easy flow through this process. Maybe you can get approved. I haven't seen it. So in any case, I'll go ahead and cut it there. Thanks again. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, notification thing, all that good stuff. If you hung on to the end here, I appreciate it. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.